What's up, guys? ThePowerUpMushroom here, and welcome to this new series that I am starting. I have been talking about it for a while. If you guys have been watching the Gaming with Spoons podcast, I have definitely mentioned it there, but this is going to be a new video series, and this is the first one in this series. This is more than a review. This is more of a retrospective, more of a deep dive. Our backlog is just piling up, and there's a lot of games in our backlog that we haven't played yet. Granted, I have played this game before, but at the time of making the decision to make this video, I was already playing halfway through it, and I already had video game footage of it, and I was already talking about it with my friends because of the remake that's coming out in about a week. So what better game to start off than with Dead Space, the 2009 video game. If you haven't played it, I highly recommend you check it out. In this video, we're going to talk about the mechanics, we're going to talk about the gameplay, we're going to talk about some of the weapons, some more in-depth story analysis, and we're going to go through the entire thing. So if you guys are afraid of spoilers, don't worry, I will warn you guys, but if you haven't played Dead Space, highly recommend you check it out. So guys, sit back, relax, and enjoy this review of Dead Space. 2009 version. Now, this game is a third-person shooter. It's a third-person shooter survival horror game. And let me tell you, even for a game that's over 10 years old, I think that the controls hold up tremendously well. One of the more interesting things about this game is that there is no HUD. Your health and your stasis are going to be monitored directly off the back of your person. Your ammo will be monitored just by aiming the gun. This will also include your reticle. Your reticles are going to be laser sights. They're not going to be something that's centered right in the middle of the screen like other third-person or first-person shooters. One of the best things this game does right off the bat is creating a horrific atmosphere. From the stunning intro shot of the Ishumora right down to the darkest depths of space, the more time you spend on this ship, the more uneasy you start to feel. The character designers did a great job with enemy design. The way some of these enemies transform into a more evolved, deadlier version of themselves truly makes you feel very vulnerable and helpless. Especially when you get a good look on how some of these enemies reanimate the dead in a gory, blood-filled mess. It'll make you think twice before engaging them. Facial animations still hold up to this day.
Damn it! Everything is on the other side of this quarantine. We can't reach it from here.
No, we can't. But you can. Isaac. If I can get to the bridge, I should be able to access the personnel files. You fix the tram, and I'll help you find Nicole.
Some of them even looking a lot better than more of the recent games that have been released.
All right, what happened? To who? To whom? And your goddamn father. Sorry, my face is tired from dealing with everything.
Level designers make every chapter you play through feel more and more open as you progress in the story. Controls are solid and are easy to getting used to. Whereas some games in the past have controls that feel outdated or stiff, Dead Space is the one exception where I feel they really nailed it that first time. Nothing feels out of place, as if the whole studio was working as one. The art team, the character designers, and of course, the sound design team create this atmosphere that will have you dreading what might be around the next corner. Now, can we just take like a moment to talk about the sound design in this game, because it is one of those things that is just superb. If you listen closely to the background audio, you can hear the faint screams of people being attacked and screaming for help. At times, you can also hear whispers. Sometimes you're questioning yourself whether these are actual voices from repeating intercoms in the distance, somebody lurking over your shoulders, or if it's your sanity slowly being lost as you uncover the truth of what really happened aboard the Ishumora. What would a survival horror game be if it didn't give you an awesome arsenal of gear to rip and shred your enemies apart? Both Isaac and the Necromorphs stand toe to toe when it comes to stopping power. With a nice variety of both enemies and weapons, this game does a good job making sure that neither player or the enemies are too overpowered, even on the hardest difficulty that is unlocked after beating the game, Impossible Mode. Impossible Mode is a game mode that boosts your difficulty and limits your resources. While providing a more challenging voyage, the game never felt as if it was unfair. If you're a skilled player, this mode puts everything you've learned in the game to the test, and managing your resources will be key to achieving such a feat that very few have managed to pull off. This game will give you more than enough tools at your disposal to take down your enemies. As you progress through the story, you can bust open crates, stomp on dead corpses, or open lockers to find materials that will help you on your journey. You can spend credits at the store to buy ammo, new guns, health, buy power nodes that you can use to upgrade your arsenal. Power nodes can be found throughout the ship, but are very rare and valuable, costing 10,000 credits, if you choose to buy them from the shop, of course. You can use power nodes to upgrade your suit, weapons, and even use them to unlock locked rooms that may hold valuable items, audio logs, or supplies for your journey. And with the limited amount of resources that are dished out during a playthrough, you need to manage your spending. Sometimes health or ammo will not always be readily available to you, and you'll need to fork over the cash just to stay alive. Sometimes you may come across a more powerful enemy, or a swarm of them, and you may need to upgrade your guns to do more damage, buy stasis packs to slow enemies down so you can run past them, or you may need to buy some health packs for those tough battles. Dead Space always managed to keep me on my toes, stressing me to make every shot I took at the Necromorphs count. And it always kept me thinking on what my next move would be. Would I carry more health packs? Or clean up my inventory and pack more ammo? Would I sell my stasis and oxygen tanks to earn more credits to upgrade Isaac's suit? Or would I keep my stasis and oxygen tank and use them to explore areas that have more hostile environments? Every item, every gun, and every upgrade serves a purpose in Dead Space. Granted, most could argue that all you really need is a plasma cutter to get through the game, and to that, I do agree. There's even an achievement for it. But I found it more rewarding, using weapons that are more effective against certain types of enemies. Now, with Isaac's suits, there's going to be a lot of abilities that he's going to get, so let's go ahead and talk about some of them. Now, first things first, right when you start off the game, you'll be introduced to one of the coolest mechanics in the game, that is stasis. Stasis allows you to slow time down, whether it be a horde of enemies you're facing or malfunctioning machinery. This will allow you to solve puzzles and will also be useful in getting you out of sticky situations. Some of the bosses even require the stasis to kind of exploit their weak points, and you'll be using that more and more as time goes on. The map is very detailed and reminds me a lot of the maps that were used in the Metroid Prime series. The map will show objectives, save points, and refill stations for your stasis and oxygen tanks, as well as your buy stations. You also have this kinesis ability, an ability that allows you to kind of pick up enemy parts, body parts, or you can pick up items from far away places. Later on, as you fight more hordes of enemies, you'll find it useful to kind of pick off some dead bodies, chuck them at enemies to stun them. Now, I will admit that in this game, the kinesis ability isn't fully realized until the future games. But this is where it got its start, and it's not that bad of an addition, but for the majority of the time, you are going to be using the kinesis to solve puzzles. Now, you have workbenches in this game. The workbenches in this game will allow you to upgrade your guns. There you can upgrade the ammo capacity for your guns, the amount of damage that they do, and each gun kind of has a perk tree that you can go through. It's fairly simple, it's not too complicated. Also, you'll be able to upgrade Isaac's suit increasing his health, the amount of stasis that he could hold, or the duration of the stasis. And then finally, the last feature that I really do appreciate is the audio and video logs in this game. Now, through Isaac's suit, you're able to view past events that have happened on the ship. As you progress in the story, you can start piecing together what happened before your arrival through audio and video logs. Text logs also provide a more in-depth explanation of what the crew found on the planet below. More on that later. But for now, let's go ahead and get into the story.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky.
The year is 2508. Humanity has stretched across the universe in search of resources, mining planets using mining ships known as planet crackers. The game opens up with a video of Nicole, aka your girlfriend, who is working aboard the Ishumora. In this game, you're Isaac Clarke. Your mission? Locate the USG Ishumora, diagnose, and restore communications blackout.
Isaac, it's me. I wish I could talk to you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about everything. I wish I could just talk to someone. It's all falling apart here. I can't believe what's happening. It's strange. Such a little thing.
How many times you watched that thing? Guess you really miss her. Don't worry, we're almost there. You'll be able to look her up once we're on board. Sounds like you do have a lot of catching up to do.
All right, everyone, we're here. Sinking our orbit now.
All this trouble over that chunk of rock.
Deep space mining is a lucrative business, Ms. Daniels. Aegis 7 is a gold mine according to Prospector's reports. Cobalt, silicon, osmium. Now, where is she? There she is. We have visual contact.
Gravity tethers engaged. Automatic docking procedures a go.
What the hell?
Sir, the auto dock.
What is it?
We're off track. We're gonna hit the hull.
Hit the blast shields. Their guidance tether's damaged. Switch to manual, now.
Inside the magnetic field? Are you insane? Abort!
No! We can make it inside. Corporal, gave you an order.
The field's too strong.
A little ways after the docking bay of the Ishumora, you're ambushed by a group of necromorphs. Isaac, Hammond, and Kendra are the only survivors left. This scene does a good job at introducing the enemies to the player and really shows how brutal and terrifying these necromorphs can be right from the start. After escaping the ambush, you, Kendra, and Hammond start your mission. First things first, you're tasked with repairing a cart that will transport you to different parts of the ship.
Now, we have to get to the bridge. But first, we gotta repair the tram system.
You're crazy, Hammond. You're gonna get us all killed.
If you listen to me, I will get you out of here alive. Now, what's wrong with the tram?
The data board is fried, but there should be a spare in the maintenance bay. There's also a broken tram blocking the tunnel that needs to be repaired. Damn it! Everything is on the other side of this quarantine. We can't reach it from here.
No, we can't. But you can. Isaac, if I can get to the bridge, I should be able to access the personnel files. You fix the tram, and I'll help you find Nicole.
Now, we're going to get a little bit more deeper into the story from here. Spoilers are all, fair game. So if you guys don't want to hear anything about the story, dip out now. We're going to talk about a few of the enemies that are going to be introduced in the game. Not all of them, but I will talk about a few. In the very beginning, you will be introduced to one of the most annoying enemies in the game, and that is the Infectors. These face-hugging creatures can reanimate dead corpses and transform them into beefier versions of the standard necromorph. If that doesn't make things worse, these things are built like tanks and will waste your ammo. You need to deal with them quickly, as they will always go for dead bodies first if there are any. This paranoid me to the point by the end of the game, I was always either smashing corpses or throwing them off of edges of the ship, just in case one of these things appeared. Trust me, You don't want to deal with these things. They will become the biggest cause of your death. Kendra will contact you towards the end of the chapter and will explain that she's barricading herself in a computer room with all of the data files. She sheds some light on the chaos that ensued, explaining that the colonies were experiencing widespread dementia before they cracked open the planet. And the cause of this was due to an artifact that they found on the surface known as the Marker. Now, it could be worse. At least we're getting the engines fixed and getting them all online.
It's working. We're online and functional. Finally, some good news. Get a tram to the bridge, Isaac. I'm gonna take us back into a geostation.
Wait, we're not safe yet. Ship's asteroid defense system is offline.
On the way up, the ship's going to pass through a debris field thrown up from the planet crack. We'll be ripped to pieces unless you restart it.
God damn it. I'll start working on it from here. Isaac, meet me at the bridge. You can do more good here than I can.
Things start to escalate as you reach the asteroid field. Asteroids have already started to crash onto the ship as you make your way to Hammond.
Isaac. Damn, you scared me. The place is making me jumpy. Fucking asteroids coming through the roof. Look, I know Kendra doesn't trust me, but I don't know anything about a marker or anything else. This is supposed to be a repair mission. Plain and simple. This mess is the asteroid defense system. By the way, Isaac, be careful. I saw something out there. I don't know what. I only got a glimpse. But it was big. Really big.
Shit! Stand back!
This readout doesn't look
That
good.
one was dead when I sealed the pod. These things don't die easily.
After Hammond launches that alien that he captured earlier into space, you're met with the Incredible Hulk of Necromorphs, the Brute. These guys will serve as bullet sponges in your playthrough, with only being vulnerable to very few specific weak spots, and you're going to need to use up some of your stasis to slow them down and get behind them to hit them where it hurts. Now, the good part about this is that a lot of these brutes do drop a lot of power nodes. After defeating the brute while the asteroids are just pounding into your ship, you find a video log of a scientist known as Dr. Kine. In this video, he's declaring that the captain is unfit for duty and execute him. But just before the captain's execution, we learn that the captain's goal was to bring this marker, an artifact that was on the planet below, to the Church of Unitology. Earlier in this chapter, we learn that this marker is aboard the Ishumora, and this Church of Unitology, although they do play a big part in the Dead Space series, in the first Dead Space game, they take more of a back seat, and you just witness the aftermath of this church. So for now, we're going to leave it at that, and we'll explore more a little bit later.
Dead? No, it was an accident. I had to stop him.
Arrest the doctor.
Moving on, we are introduced to another reoccurring hazard in this game, and that is gravity plates malfunctioning. The ship has sustained significant damage at this point, and the artificial gravity boards are malfunctioning. Unfortunately, there's no way to fix this issue, so throughout your playthrough you'll have to avoid these and be wary of them. They do appear in only a few parts of the game, but when they do appear, the enemies will do everything in their power to get you to step on these damn things. After traversing these death traps, you'll have to moonwalk your way to the ship's cannons and defend the ship from incoming asteroids. This is a nice change of pace in the game, and it's a nice little mini game you get to play. At first, this does seem pretty easy, but as time goes on, more asteroids will come, impacting the ship, and it will get a lot more challenging. There's even a trophy or achievement, depending on what system you're playing on, to defend the ship and keep its health above a certain percentage.
That's it, Isaac. You're in the pit. The cannon's a mass driver, so...
I found this cannon hard to control though, as the gun also uses the same laser hologram to point where you're shooting. It just feels a lot more slippery here to control, but nonetheless, it was a nice change of pace, and I did enjoy it. The gun can overheat, but this won't be too much of an issue. Just defend the asteroids until the auto-targeting system comes back online, and you're all set to proceed to the next chapter.
Nice shooting, Isaac. Auto-targeting is now online and clearing a path to safe orbit. As soon as we're clear, I'll engage the autopilot again. Head to the tram station. I'll meet you there when I'm done.
You know, things are really starting to look up.
Wait! Isaac Hammond, you're not gonna believe this. Oxygen levels are falling. Something's poisoning hydroponics air production, and whatever it is, it's filling the deck up with that organic stuff. We're not going to have any air to breathe soon.
Isaac. Good to see you in one piece. Don't take your helmet off. The air's rotten. I gotta look at it. It's huge. You won't believe it. Shut itself in food storage. Crew that was on this deck, I think they're what's poisoning the air. They've been transformed. I saw one of them. Bloated, swollen. They're like poison factories. We need to take them out where we can still breathe.
Hammond! I thought you were dead. You need to get to cleaner air. You're not going to be able to help Isaac in your condition. Isaac, I'm scanning the area now. He's right, there's something really big in food storage. But I can't get a good scan. Monitor readings are off the scale. Be careful.
That's the door to food storage. But I can't override the integrity lockdown. You have to destroy the pods to bring the air quality up. Then you can go through and use the poison on the Leviathan. I suppose I should be glad that Ham's alive, but I still don't trust him. I think he's hiding something about the marker.
The air quality on the ship is deteriorating, and Kendra gives you a solution to preserve your team's air supply by running around and killing off the necromorphs that are polluting the air. Now, of all the levels in this game that this game has to offer, this is the one level where I will admit is, how would I put it, the most annoying to me. You have this widespread area that is basically nothing but square rooms, and you just walk around and kill off these bloated necromorphs. They don't attack, they don't surprise you, there's no patterns, they don't really bring anything to the table when it comes to deadliness. They just sit there and let you kill them. On top of that, you have 3 floors in this area that are accessed by only elevators, so it will get pretty annoying real quickly just for the sheer fact that you use these elevator lifts to kind of rise up and go down, and these elevators are slow as hell. By the end of the chapter, you will face the first real boss of the game, and man, does it make a great impression.
Unknown antigen injected into the filtration system.
Damn it! The poison wasn't strong enough. It's still alive. Get in there and kill it before it contaminates the entire ship.
Entering zero gravity.
The room goes dark, and the spotlights focus on this monstrosity. You fight this boss in zero gravity, allowing you to put everything you've learned so far to the test. Resource management, accuracy, maneuverability, and your kinesis are all key to this fight, and if you're playing on impossible mode, you're going to need to bring your A game. The giant tentacle monster will always spit rocks and wave its giant tentacle hands around hoping to cut you in half. And yes, this was recorded on a PS3 system, and this boss looks amazing. The lighting, the shadows, with the sound design, it's all on point in this scene, and having the fight take place in this circular room with zero gravity makes for an awesome set piece. Once you've beaten the beast and restored the air supply, you can finally take a breather and continue on your journey to insanity.
You did it! Hammond, do you read? Oxygen levels are returning to normal. Damn it! He's gone again. No sign of his rig anywhere. It's up to us now. I've got a plan to get off this ship. I've located an SOS beacon on the mining deck. If you can get down there and activate it, we might be able to send a distress call.
This may be our last chance of getting out of here alive, Isaac. There's an asteroid loaded up in the mining bay waiting to be smelted. If you attach the SOS beacon to it, you can launch it away from the ship to make a clean broadcast. The beacon's on the maintenance subdeck. You can launch the asteroid from the control room. Damn, the control room is locked. It looks like they keep an emergency access key on the processing subdeck. Couldn't be easy, could it? I don't know how much more of this I can take.
Kendra believes you have the chance to make contact with nearby ships via going out into space and setting a beacon onto an asteroid that's being held in one of the hangars on the ship. You make your way through an asteroid smelter where you're going to be faced with a horde of enemies, so you better make sure you've stacked up on stasis packs and ammo. After this, you make your way to a tram car where you're going to run into your girlfriend Nicole. She explains the beacon you planned on using for the SOS signal is in a locked storage room and needs to be unlocked. During this time, you're going to be defending Nicole while she unlocks this room for you. It does get a little bit stressful because this game actually throws quite a bit of enemies your way. So again, using your stasis packs and maybe swapping weapons to something more explosive will help you out here. After getting the beacon and making your way back to the smelting room, you have to destroy these 4 machines that are holding the asteroid in place, all while you have necromorphs swarming Isaac and maneuvering this giant machine that's in operation. You have to pay attention to this machine when it's moving, otherwise you risk getting cut in half while you're standing on the asteroid. Once you've launched the beacon, Kendra will call you and tell you that she thinks she saw her brother wave to her.
Payload 8772 launched.
Beacon's on its way. All functions normal and broadcasting wideband. Now we just have to hope somebody's listening. I'll position the array receiver. I thought I saw my brother again. He waved to me like nothing was wrong. Okay. I should be able to leave this channel open. What? The comms array receiver isn't responding. Isaac, can you get back to the bridge? We need that array online or we can't receive signals from anyone responding to the beacon.
The tone in which she says this creates doubt on not only her, but yourself. Was Nicole really helping you? Now that we've launched the beacon, pretty sure things are going to get better, right?
Things are looking up. A military ship just docked in, the USM Valor. I don't know what it was doing out there. It must have gotten our distress signal. We can't talk to it until the comms array is fixed. I'm gonna hack the door to communications for you. Get in there and find the comms control station.
Just before fixing the comms array, you find out that the USG Ishumora was illegally operating in this star system, and the whole crew on board was aware of this right from the start.
The ship is under attack, but requests to issue a distress call have been repeatedly denied by Captain Matthias. He won't say it, but everyone on the bridge knows why. This is an illegal operation in a prohibited system. We've all known for months, and we kept our mouths shut. Not anymore. Mayday! 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 This is USG Ishumora. This is... What the hell? I don't believe this. The whole comm system is offline. Now he's gone too far. Bailey out.
You know, could have been worse. At least we got some reinforcements coming in now. Immediately, once you restore the communications receiver, you get a message from the USM Valor.
This is USM Valor, widecasting on all frequencies to USG Ishumora in response to your SOS. We've picked up your escape pod, number 47, and are en route to your position. This message will repeat every 30 seconds until you respond.
What? Isn't that the escape pod Hammond jettisoned? One of those things was on board. No! No, this isn't going to happen. USM Valor! Come in, Valor! Our signal isn't strong enough. I'm going to open the blast doors to boost the signal.
Error. Blast door blockage detected. Please contact a repair technician.
Shit! Isaac! There's something big on the hull of the ship, directly above the comms array. Something organic. I don't know what it is, and I don't care. We have to get the doors open to transmit to the Valor. You should have a clear shot from ADS Cannon 48. Get to the cannon and blow it out into space. USM Valor, Commander Daniels on USG Ishumora, come in! Do not open the escape pod! Damn it! Respond! Why did they open? Oh my god. It's headed right for us. Isaac! Isaac! Knock out there!
Wish I could just talk to someone. It's all falling apart here.
Isaac. Isaac, are you there? Thank God you're alright. I've been trying to reach you. Someone's been blocking my rig signal remotely. A crash must have interrupted the signal block.
Hammond, where have you been?
Surviving. Barely. I found some med supplies and patched myself up. Listen. I'm calling aboard on the mission. Fuck the CEC and fuck the chain of command. We have to get the hell out of here.
It's starting to become pretty clear that somebody is hiding something. Sure enough, Hammond digs up some files that made it clear that the military ship was on a search and destroy mission. And just before he can finish talking to you...
Isaac, I've lost him again. No signal from Hammond's rig. Find the Singularity Core and get the hell out of there.
Up to this point, you've had a couple of encounters with this Church of Unitology. You've seen the aftermath of their rituals, and you've seen the obsession completely consume them. With everything that you've uncovered on the ship so far, you can finally start piecing together the bigger picture. The cult clearly has a bigger hand in the events that have unfolded, and Isaac still has his part to play.
Mr. Clark, I need to speak with you. My name is Terrence Kine, Dr. Kine. Listen to me. There isn't much time. If you really can repair the shuttle, there is a better use for it than just running away. You must understand, the forces at work here are greater than you can imagine. If you leave now, you condemn all humanity. The planet will never stop, never rest unless the marker is returned. Don't you see? The Church is wrong. This is all a trap. I've seen it. Please, you must help me.
It's time to set things right and return the marker back to the planet where it belongs and stop this madness from spreading and ending up in the wrong hands.
Over here! I've been trying to reach you. My comm was out.
Oh, well, would you look at that? Hammond's here. He'll help us.
You got the Singularity Core. That's how to get out of here. Get that core to zone! Don't wait for me! Oh, fuck me! Ah!
I've located the shuttle Hammond found. Shit. No good. That shuttle's brain dead. Someone removed the navigation cards. God knows why. There's 3 of them scattered around the deck. I'm downloading their locations. I can't access the doors from here, so you'll need a crew key. If you can find those parts, I think we can get that shuttle operational again.
Kendra locates the shuttle Hammond was talking about before his death, and now Mr. Errand Boy needs to collect 3 navigation cards to get the shuttle online. After finding the 3 card keys, you're introduced to Kine. After finding the card keys, Kine offers to give us some answers on what really happened aboard this ship.
You've made it! Oh, thank God you made it. I've been following your progress. I know you want to repair the executive shuttle and leave this place, but escape is impossible at this point. The shuttle shock point drive is destroyed. No. Don't lose hope. Don't lose hope. At first, I lost hope. I tried to scuttle the ship, sabotage the systems. But Amelia, she changed things. The church, they think the marker is divine, but they don't know what's happened here, what's been released. Look. Look at this. That is what we found in the core of the planet. Mercer calls it the hive mind. It's the source, controlling the necromorphs telepathically. We were so stupid. But Amelia, she knew it could be stopped by returning the marker to the planet. The marker was containing it within the planet. Return the marker and seal the hive mind. Please. I'm sorry, Amelia. I bear much of the responsibility for this tragedy. Now, I must take responsibility for ending it and atone for my sins.
Finally, you make it to the hangar, the marker is aboard the shuttle, and all we have to do is bring it down to the planet. Once that's finished, we can rest easy. Hey, could be worse.
Hurry! There's no time to waste, we must do it!
Sorry, Isaac. I couldn't let him go through with it. I suppose I should thank you for finding the marker. We even managed without help from the USM Valor. Thank you for helping me find it, by the way. My department's been looking for this place for a long time. See what Kine didn't know was? It was the government's mess to begin with. This whole planet is one big experiment. The marker? This divine relic? Made by man. They reverse engineered it a couple of 100 years ago from the real marker, a true alien artifact recovered on Earth. They dug it up, studied it, and they made it their own. Then they brought it to Aegis 7 and activated it. And you've seen the result. The stuff of nightmares. They sealed the system, and no one would have been the wiser. But then the CEC blunders in and starts tearing the planet apart. The experiment was still alive. Kine was right about the hive mind. The marker would contain it, but that doesn't matter now, does it? I have the marker, and this entire system can go to hell. For what it's worth, you did a great job, Isaac. See you around. Or maybe not.
Isaac, Nicole, I need you to help me. Help us. Now. I'm in the flight control room. Please, Isaac, hurry. Please.
After you're betrayed by Kendra, you get a phone call from a familiar face. And to be completely honest, I kind of forgot about Nicole up to this point. But hey, it seems that she's alive and well. This interaction between Nicole and Isaac is unsettling, and something seems very off. The way the lights flicker, the dark red tint, the way Nicole just blends in with the shadows makes this interaction feel as if it's just a nightmare. Has she lost her mind?
Isaac? Is that really you? I never thought we'd be together again. God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for what I did. I never wanted to hurt you. You need to get it back now, Isaac. You can pilot the shuttle remotely from here. Make us whole again. Make us whole again.
Or is Isaac now reaping the effects of this artifact?
You're doing the right thing, Isaac. We're together now. The way it always should have been. I knew you'd come back for me. Nothing can stop us now.
You make it to the planet below and you have to fight off quite a bit of enemies, all while escorting the marker to its resting place. The game will throw everything it has at you. With multiple paths that intersect on these platforms, it's easy to become overwhelmed with the variety of enemies you will be facing. You're going to use up a lot of health packs, a lot of ammo, and a lot of stasis just to get to the point safely. But after you finally manage to bring the marker to its destination...
Thank you, Isaac. I always believed in you. I knew you'd return to me. We are whole again, Isaac. We are whole.
Emergency. Geo-orbital gravity tethers offline. Tectonic.
Decontamination cycle activated.
You get one last glimpse of Nicole before Kendra intervenes, and we finally get the truth.
Isaac, you really didn't think I was just gonna walk away, did you? I can't do that. Marker's coming with me. It's a shame. I was starting to like you. Even if you are insane. What, you don't believe me? Take a look at yourself. Better yet, take a look at the video from Nicole. And this time, watch it right to the end.
Isaac, it's me. I wish I could talk to you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about everything. I wish I could just talk to someone. It's all falling apart here. I can't believe what's happening. It's strange. Such a little thing. In the end, it all comes down to this one little thing. I didn't want it to end like this. I really wanted to see you again. Just once. I loved you. I always loved you.
Nicole has been dead this whole time. Whatever you were seeing was caused by that. You are its pawn. But don't worry. It will be in good hands now. Far away from this damn place. Goodbye, Isaac.
This reveal is somewhat shocking. While a lot can argue that this could be seen from a mile away, and to that I do agree, this reveal does more than just confirm our suspicions. It has us questioning what was real to Isaac and what wasn't. All those times the marker would speak to us through Isaac's girlfriend, the things we did to benefit this higher power, it's clear that by the end of the game Isaac is nothing more than a pawn or a tool. But nonetheless, we still have one more standoff to make. Enter the hive mind. There are many well-known bosses in the gaming industry that stand the test of time. Sephiroth or Kefka from the Final Fantasy series, Bowser from the Super Mario Bros. Series, Artorias of the Abyss from Dark Souls, and the Hive Mind from Dead Space. Although this boss can definitely be a pushover for a well-experienced player, this boss raises the stakes in the game. Everything Isaac has fought for, all the answers we as a player have searched for all this time, leads to this.
Isaac, it's me. I wish I could talk to you.
That was Dead Space, guys. And let me tell you, for a game that came out in 2009, this is one that I feel definitely stands the test of time and deserves to be recognized as one of the best horror games to ever be created. The graphics, the voice acting, the locations in this game, aside from one that I really had to complain about, they're all well crafted and put into this world, like you're immersed in this world from the very beginning. Yes, we have the remake coming out next week, and a lot of people might ask, well, hey, is the original even worth playing? That I cannot answer because I have not played the new one that is coming out, but to my knowledge, as of right now, I do feel that you owe it to yourself to at least give the original a look. This is a game that really pushed forward the horror genre, just like Resident Evil 4, just like Amnesia. Dead Space has a nice place in the gaming industry history books as being one of the best horror games ever made. With that being said, I'm going to mount this behind me as a reminder. With each game that I review, and each game I do a more deeper dive, a more deep analysis of, whether it be an older game or one that comes out in the near future. I'm going to go ahead and start mounting these up on the wall. Start making kind of like a wall plaque of all the games that I've reviewed that I can look back and just kind of look at it. And that way you guys can kind of see this channel grow with the amount of reviews that we're going to do in the future. Now, my next review, I'm not sure what it's going to be, but I'm going to leave that up to you guys. Whether it be in a poll, Twitter, you'll probably see something on YouTube later, but I think I have an idea of what I'm going to review next, and you guys are in for a treat. This is the year 2023 we're starting off, and this is something that I'm going to pursue a lot more. So I hope you guys are able to stick around for the ride, and I hope you guys enjoyed this review for Dead Space. And remember, when you guys are gaming, power up.